Welcome to the SLUBcast Research Preparation. What literature do I need for my topic? The first step has been taken. The topic has been chosen for your assignment, and it's clear from which subject areas literature is needed. But what kind of literature do I need? There are so many different types of literature and sources of information. Textbooks, manuals, conference proceedings, journal articles, statistics, films, historical sources, and so on. What kind of literature and how much literature you need depends on many factors that are determined by the topic and the framework conditions of the assignment. The amount of sources selected should be in proportion to the size of the assignment. For a 10-minute presentation, you usually need less literature than for writing a 20-page term paper. Depending on the requirements of the assignment, different types of literature should be considered. If the assignment is supposed to provide a general overview of a topic, then introductory literature on the topic is needed. For example, textbooks, manuals, or encyclopedias. If, on the other hand, a detailed analysis needs to be carried out, specialized literature is needed. For example, articles from professional journals, Congress reports, or dissertations. Prior knowledge of the topic also plays a role. Textbooks or reviews are suitable for familiarizing yourself with the new topic. If you are already familiar with the topic, you can use specialized literature, such as journal articles or compilations. The amount of time available for writing and editing determines the amount of literature that can be covered. As a result, you shouldn't pick too much literature if you have tight deadlines. We recommend limiting yourself to essential sources in these cases. The aspect of time also plays a role in another way, namely in the question of which time period you need literature from. If the historical aspects of a topic are important, then sources from the corresponding period are also relevant. If current research on the topic needs to be considered, literature published in the last few years comes into question. A final factor influencing the choice of necessary literature is language. Our example topic is about indigenous bees. Let's assume that it's instead about bee populations in the Caribbean. Then, Spanish, English, or French literature would also come into question. So when choosing a topic, you should also consider your own language skills.